Ooh. All right, we're live. What's up, everybody? Huh? Ooh. Man, but in this, who wants a drink? Yo. Ooh. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Got a little splint. I got it checked out. Well, so my handy dandy chiropractor across the street last night opened up the office for me so kindly and x-rayed my pinky, and he said that all it was dislocated. But there's also like a quick last minute, like no assistant, he just put my hand on there, so I still got to get like an official x-ray, but luckily it was just dislocated. So man, if I could go back in time, I would have just tried to, like, once it happened, I originally thought to myself, I seen this in the movies, I'm gonna try to pull it myself. But then I just didn't do that, because yeah, that's a little scary. But I'm guessing it probably takes about a month or a little longer, to at least a month, to recover from. But it actually doesn't feel, it feels like it's gonna heal fast, but I don't want to like jump the gun. But let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, what's next? Good question. Yeah, still piecing that together. I've thought about a rematch. I've thought about a bunch of different things, but definitely like rematch comes to mind, or I'll get her eventually, because I almost beat her with one hand. So, you know, that's how I feel about that. I'm definitely gonna say, yeah, I want to put a little more muscle on. I don't want to go back down, definitely not. I felt so much better not cutting that weight, because like, and that's my my biggest gripe with, I didn't listen to nothing. I give Manon respect. I actually, as much as I was the one that walked up to her, shook her hand, hey, good job, you know what I mean, like, good fight, blah blah blah, you know, respect. When she was sitting on the stool, I was standing up. I was walking around ready to go 2 more rounds with one hand, you know. And then I didn't listen to the rest of her interview, like everything she said word for word, but I did see a headline saying, she says, I'm too small and I didn't win a round. Well, I disagree with both of those things. I think I dropped your ass, so I'm definitely not too small. I might have had some moments of like freaking out because I couldn't grip my fingers together, or I couldn't make a fist. Yeah, but definitely not too small. You know what I mean? If anything, why were you running away from too small? Why did you originally call me out if I'm too small? You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, I have no problems with, if she thinks she won and all that stuff, great. You know what I mean? Good job to you, respect. But don't say I'm too small, because that's not the case at all. Aside from the fact that, there was something I was going to say. But if I have a little more time too, definitely would put some more size on, and that's what I'm going to concentrate on right now. But yeah, so, to me, it's like, you know, I appreciate, you know, to me, it's like, I have no problems giving somebody props, and that's the thing. I feel like, you know, a headline. I don't know. I guess maybe I should actually listen to like her thoughts of the fight fully, but the headline saying that she thinks I'm too small. It's like, man, come on, man. You could have said anything else. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, that's not true. That's not even a fact. So, our reach is the same. Yeah, maybe she might have had 5 to 10 pounds of, maybe, I would say maybe 5 pounds, 2 to 5 pounds of muscle, maybe, a little bit more of just like water weight. But that doesn't, I don't even think that matters. You know what I mean? Because if it was a real fight, the fight would have kept going on, and I would have eventually, I believe, I would have found a way to win even with just one hand. So that's my opinion, because I was still like, I took the whole second round of like battling my own mentality of like, okay, I can't make a fist. What's going on? This is messed up. Whew, yeah, and then whatchamacallit, dang, I lost my train of thought. But over time I was more comfortable with like, you know, the situation, and I feel like if it was a 5-round fight, you know, I believe in myself that I would have found a way to, I would have probably jabbed a little bit more, I would have kicked a little bit more. In hindsight, you know, hindsight's 20/20, right? So, you know, not like, you know, I give her respect, because I do believe, you know, she probably, I would need to watch it again, but like, you know, she probably landed more points, I would say. I watched it one time, so, you know, my judgment's maybe not the whole, you know, totally clear yet, but I would say, yeah, I believe, I don't know, man. Yeah. But yeah, but I just feel like I could get a little bit more respect, you know what I mean, after a fight like that with one hand, you know. So, and then moving up a weight class, like for her to call me too small, like, well, why did you call me out in the first place? A long time ago, she said, I'll welcome her to the strawweight division. To the flyweight division. Why you want to fight somebody too small? Doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like, I don't know. I that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Maybe I need to listen to like the actual interview or whatever. But and then the fact that she said I didn't even win a round, it's like, because that was another headline that I saw. It's like, I definitely feel like I at least won the first round from the first time I saw it, but I will go back and watch it. So don't quote me on that. But I did drop her twice, and yeah. There was a point in the second round I was like grimacing. I seen my face. I was like, "Ooh, I didn't know my face looked like that." So, you know what I mean? She that definitely didn't look good on the judges' side of things. And I do remember that moment where I was like, "Ooh, wonder if this is it." And then I like kind of got through that moment, you know, with God's grace. But because I was definitely like, my desire was going down. You know what I mean? But anyway, and so yeah, if there's any let's see. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if y'all got any questions or whatever. What are you looking forward to doing next? That's not MMA related. Okay, yeah, I want to go on like a road trip probably. Yeah. And then I have some stuff to like fix up in my garden. And yeah, I know a lot of people, Trevor not being there, I want to address, but because I don't want people making assumptions that that Pat has anything to do with it. It was all kind of stuff related to me and Gaethje, and especially like with his BMF belt title camp that he had going on. So yeah, that's the only, it's honestly like nobody's business. Like I don't think whatchamacallit? Yeah, and so of course, because everybody like, you know, wants to shit on Pat and just makes assumptions, because yeah, just, you know, that's the way things are no matter what. But yeah, people are just gonna assume that, oh, you know, he's the reason why he wasn't in my corner. It has nothing to do with Pat. It has everything to do with me and Gaethje and him having a fight with the BMF and all that stuff, and I did not want to interfere, and I stayed back. And there's more to it than that, but for the most part, that's all, you know, I think I want to say about that, because, you know, our relationships are very, you know what I'm saying, we're very close people, and like I don't think that's like yeah. It's nobody's business, you know what I mean? And so everybody makes their business, but I understand that people are wondering, and obviously, like, I love Trevor, and yeah. and so yeah, what was I gonna say? Dang, I forgot. I'll think of it. But anyway, you know, it just was, I just had to, the timing for this fight, when I got offered this fight, just so happened to be in the middle of his training camp, and it's just like, I couldn't bring around my, you know, the state of mind that I was in. I couldn't bring that around him. So, and the fact that I could contribute, you know, to him not doing well, never, like, has not sit right with me since that Carla fight. And so I took it upon myself to stay back, you know. And it just so happens also, after Gaethje's fight, Trevor, he does not have a gym right now. He is, you know what I mean, he's moving his gym to a different location, so it wouldn't even be any place to train anyways. And after a fight like that, most of y'all wouldn't know, but that's a super high of a high that nobody knows what that's like. And to come down from that, it's like, dude, I'm not gonna bother anybody, you know, with my little side mission right now, you know what I mean? So, but you know, of course, you know, when things are a little calmer and things like that, when there's a gym to train at, and there's, you know, the dust is settled and my mind's a little bit better, yes, like, we're all gonna reunite and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, but yeah, honestly, I don't even really want to talk about it that much, because I hate, like, I just feel like it's really nobody's business, you know what I mean? Like, these are my personal relationships that I have with people, that, like, to talk on their behalf or whatever in public is just like, you know what I mean? It's not, I don't like that shit. In hindsight, do you think Laura ranked you? Somebody said, in hindsight, do you think you should have fought a lower ranked opponent to welcome you to the new weight class? No, because imagine how close the fight was with one hand and two legs. Okay, if I had both, what would have happened? I don't know. You know what I mean? I believe I would have won. You know, you make the call. See here. Yeah. And I don't know. Let's see here. And I don't know where this came out. Oh, hey, what's up? I don't know if that's is that Caitlin Chukagian? Blonde fighter. Love you too. Fan of yours as well. Yeah, love you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna stay up in a weight class, man. Because I just don't think cutting weight like that is healthy. I still had a weight cut, y'all. I don't know why everybody thinks so too small, because literally, like, our reach was the same. I almost took her down. I had her posting out on fours on the ground, and I couldn't grip my fingers together. You know what I mean? So what would I have done had I been able to actually not only grab my fingers together, but also been able to set up my takedowns better with better strikes?
Hey, I think you beat her with one hand.
You know, so yeah. And yeah. But you can call me Thick Rose, I guess. Did she hit harder than 15ers? So she definitely was not stronger than Whaley, in my opinion, and I don't think she definitely didn't. I don't think Whaley hit harder than The thing is with Whaley, she hits hard if you run into her power, whereas Andrade, she definitely hit the hardest that I've experienced. But anyway. Oh, thank you. But anyway, yeah, I could lobby for a 5-round fight, but honestly, like, I thought the 3-round fight would have had me at an advantage originally, because I was just like kind of, there's so many whatchamacallit, like, so my finger dislocated, but y'all, anyway, it did not break as far as I know. I would probably get, just another x-ray just to see, but going
to the cutman situation.
What up, Nate? Oh yeah, okay. I don't know if y'all heard that, but so I do not like to indulge in alcohol drinking, but right now I will. So if y'all got a drink, this is a special occasion. And I got a matcha latte at the same time. But no, so the cutman thing, man. Okay, I don't know how y'all feel about this. But no, I do not have to get surgery on this. They popped it back in place at the arena, and then I don't think there was any fracture. So all they would need to have done was just pop my damn finger back into place, and I could have closed my fist. I still punch. You know what I mean? But yeah. Hold on, I gotta show Nate. I don't know if he's still on here, but we growing some of that reefer outside. Oh wait. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. But check this out, y'all. Look at this. Hey. Thank you. And then this guy, I think I'm going to cut him down. Like, soon. Anybody that's an expert, I think you see them oranges, the orange hairs. It's starting to come in. But, yeah. But anyway, what was I saying? Something about, all they would need to have done was just pop my finger back in place, and I could have made a fist, and then I could have still, you know what I mean, try to land some more points, maybe outpointed her ass. But all I could do was just kind of like, I was a little distracted and throwing, multiple left hands. In hindsight, I should have just been jabbing more. And I actually talked to Trevor today, so for y'all to be sitting here talking shit, we already talked about it, so. It's getting there. Okay. I might just sit back inside, actually. But no, so the cutman. So, leading up to the fight, I asked, because Trevor wasn't going to be there, I wanted a good cutman to take my hands, because normally Trevor takes my hands. And so I asked the UFC to request Tate to come there so I feel comfortable with my hands being taped. And Tate was like, yeah, let him know, because that's they've done that before, and so you can request to have a specific cut man. Well, they denied me, or I should say, I don't know exactly what all went into me not ended up being able to get him out there. And in hindsight, I should have probably had him maybe as like my third corner or something like that, just to ensure that I was gonna have good tape job, right? If it was really that important. But in hindsight, it was that important because the guy they gave me was super weird, super creepy, and like there was a bunch of stuff that went into it. But yeah, he just kept like staring at me and kept like tapping me on the shoulder, like putting his arm on my shoulder and be like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "What?" Like of course I'm okay. I'm here for a fight. Like, what are you talking about? And then he would just like stare at me, and I'm like, "Yeah." And then he'd be like, and just creepily smile at me. I'm like, "What is going on? What is up with this dude?" And then and then he did some shit where I've never seen before in all my years of fighting. I've had so many fights. And he put a certain type of gauze around.
I said to add Nate to your chat.
Okay. I don't know how to do that, but I'll try. But I don't know how to do that, y'all. But anyway, so he taped my hands. First of all, the tape hand, like just from a logical standpoint, I've had a lot of tape jobs, and Trevor's the best, okay, out of everybody that I've had tape my hands. But like when he tapes my hands, it's like narrow and it's a piston and everything's like lock and loaded and it's ready to go. Like he tapes your hands, you feel like, man, I could crack somebody real good. And so when he taped my hands, it was like, it just felt loose and sloppy. It was like wide and like, it wasn't even that much padding on there, but it was like, but then like the middle part, like it felt like I had a little wedgie in here. You know what I mean? And so he had to cut it and then redo it. And he wasn't even like, so when Trevor like tapes the hands, right? And I'm sure, and it's been a while since I had tape by anybody else, right? So maybe that's normal, but he pulls it all the way back here. So that way it's just like, boom. So you feel like that resistance. This dude, it felt all tight, but it's just stopped right there. So it had no, like, it was just like, what is this doing? And then he's like cutting all the edges and it's all like ruffled and just like sloppy as shit. And then he wraps the outside of it with, he pulls out this gauze, right? So he tapes, he puts the gauze, then he puts the tape on, and I would think it's finished, right? No. So he pulls out this roll of like self-adhesive gauze and he's like, he kisses it. He kisses it and goes, "This is the special magic rose gauze." And I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is creepy, man. What are you doing? And and then he wraps the outside of the tape with this gauze, which I'm like, what's the point of that? He scrapes it with his scissors, which I've seen before, and then he taps it a bunch of times. Okay, cool. And then but he's just like taking extra long. So anyway, so like, all right, keep it moving, man. Do my other hand. And so that was weird. But it was just like a bunch of extra stuff that I had 2 size gloves, so bantamweight and featherweight, and bantamweight was extra small for some reason. And I think it was because of the extra gauze on top that didn't really need to be there in the first place. So I chose the featherweight gloves, which, you know, I feel like had my shit spread out even more, which when I did the sprint right hand that jammed my finger, I feel like if it was just more narrow, it might have missed that, you know what I mean? But it's all inches and millimeters or whatever. So anyway, but then on top of that, so the other thing that was kind of weird was in between the rounds. So I'm like, right away, I knew it was broke. I was like, hey, something's broke. Or my finger's broke. And then Pat's like, you know, doing his, like, he's trying to just get my mind off it. And, you know, in hindsight, it's like, oh, maybe next time we just pull it. But at that time, it's like, I don't know. You know, we don't know how bad it is. But, like, Just don't even think about it, whatever. But like the fact that we were even talking about that, I would think, isn't that the cutman's job to like potentially pull it or potentially look at it, you know what I mean? Or potentially draw some attention to it. Everybody else, the commentators even knew, you know what I mean? The commission, I bet, knew. So it's like, or I feel like, I don't know. So that was just kind of weird. And then the fact is that the referee stopped the fight for the headbutt super quick, which it wasn't even bleeding in her eye. So to me, it's like, I never seen a fight stop like that before. But whatever, you know, like we both kind of just were like looking at each other. But I'm just saying, like, so they stopped that. Like, why wouldn't, if my finger, I think, is broke, I would think that's a good reason to stop and like, hey, what's going on, you know? But I'm glad they didn't, because maybe they would stop the fight completely. So either way, but I'm just saying, you know, Tate would have pulled that shit. You know what I mean? And then I could have just made a fist, keep going, and then landed some more strikes and maybe, you know what I mean? But whatever. So, but yeah, no, the fight was cool because, like, in the moment, I thought I was getting, sort of like hit more than I thought I was. I was blocking a lot more, like when I watched it back. You know what I mean? So I was like happy about that. And then, yeah. I just felt like really strong. I felt really like she didn't feel no stronger than any strawweight that I've fought before. You know what I mean? So, so I don't know what all this mess is about. I need to move back down. That's stupid. Y'all are dumb if you think that. I could say, yeah, maybe I didn't look super sharp in every single moment of the fight, but how many times does that happen in any fight? You know what I mean? Like, how many other flyweight fights look like that, that's very competitive back and forth? Do you ever say to them they should move back down? No. You just say it was a competitive fight. And I even got her close to the ground with one hand, not even being able to grip my fingers together. So anyway, so yeah, I'm just saying, like, was she a little bit bigger than me? Yes. Was she too big for me? Fuck no. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And then, yeah, I already did conquer 115. And to go and do that again, that just seems harder than conquering 125 because of that freaking weight cut. Like, seriously, draining your body like that is just not good. Like, your kidneys and your brain and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Plus, now I have a little more time. I'm gonna definitely be lifting some freaking weights more. I've already been lifting a lot, and I got a lot stronger. But yeah, next time I'll be even more. So anyway, and yeah, exactly. Royce Gracie, look, okay, so back in the day, nobody was complaining about no damn 10 pounds or this and that. Like, no, it was everybody fought everybody, and it was the real shit, man. Like, real martial arts, not this damn, like, all right, you're gonna do all this science and count all my calories and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, like, there's not value to all that stuff, but, man, okay, so you get Trevor back, and you're 100% a champ. First of all, I appreciate your comment, but he's not gone away. Just because he wasn't there, he's been there the whole time. I've talked to him this whole time. So stop saying that. Okay? Everybody making assumptions and stuff like that is annoying. But anyway, it's okay. Yeah. The garden has been great. Yeah, the garden, I actually really missed it while I was gone. And, please change my gym. Dude, okay. So this is what I've been doing for this last camp. So the way, and this is like contrary to probably what most people believe, right? Since 2020, right? Since 2020, when I decided to come back to fight after I got dropped on my head, beat Andrade, become the 2-time champion, beat Whaley 2 times, blah, 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 lost to Carla, all that stuff. Since 2020, I have been training most of the time in my own garage with Pat, with Chico Camus, and with a few other people. I would say 75% of the time has been in my garage. And I use everything else as a supplement. You know what I mean? And so this is what I got now. You know? And this is what I've been doing full time this camp because of the situations. So, you know, and yeah, it's been great. Oh, and check this out. So we got the Rojo, or the Grojo, what we call, right? We haven't finished putting little hooks up here to hang up our gear and stuff. Oh shit. You know, we got the jacked up brand. That's where I got all my muscles. Okay, that was way too heavy. Got a little dummy over there. But but then we come over here and I got my sauna. Let's see. Hold on. Bam. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. And then you jump in the ice bath. So, I forgot what I was saying all that. But yeah. Okay. I'm turning on the sauna. I'm heating it up. And I'll show y'all the garden too. But yeah, so I did all my training there. And then I did some sparring sessions at high altitude and Genesis and blah blah blah. So for everybody, like, I don't know, I think the pre-fight, let's say, conversations that you have with like the commentators and stuff, I think kind of misinterpreted. It's like I didn't change gyms. I've been training at the same gyms that I've always been training at. It's just I'm just more training. I just bought a new house and I'm training at home more than I have in the past. And that's been the majority of my training anyways for the past 3 years. So it's not that much different. So everybody is just, you know, just gotta put y'all in the know. So anyway, check out my garden. So we got, I pulled out a lot of the, what is this? I had a bunch of kale over there, but now I'm doing like salad. And then this is like radishes. As you can see, like this guy is about to, I didn't plant him deep enough, or he just shot out the ground. You know, these guys are delicious. They're like English breakfast radishes. Look at this freaking bean bush over here. There's so many beans. We got cucumbers. See here. Bam. Look at this guy. Oh yeah, and I guess to clarify, bam. Yeah, for the past, I would say as long as I can remember, so my training schedule has been 75% of the time at home, right? Maybe 70 to 80% at home. Whereas 30% of the time is, like, if y'all want to know, so I shouldn't even say 30% because, like, this, yeah, with Trevor, I train 3 hours a week. And then it's like, I guess, a sparring session to 2 sparring sessions, depending on how much I need sparring. Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 11 with Trevor. And then Tuesday, Friday is like sparring sessions at high altitude or Genesis, depending on who's there. And that's not even like all the time because it's like sometimes I don't need to do that. And then that's not even counting, let's say, every once in a while I go to Minnesota for a month with Greg Nelson. So nobody asked me about why I didn't have Greg in my corner. But, you know, y'all don't know about the legend Greg Nelson, but that's okay. But anyway, so, but I just want to be at home this time. And so, I probably train with Trevor 30% of my training schedule. The rest is done at home most of the time. And it just so happened that, for this camp, with not wanting to interfere with Gaethje shit, you know, I was like, dude, I'll just make it up on my own and just not even interfere because there wasn't a flow and I wasn't totally, you know, in the right headspace and I didn't want to fuck his shit up because, you know, apparently I did this shit before and it's just not what, you know, it's not what a good teammate does. So yeah, but I'm in a good headspace now and everything's good. What? Oh. Yeah, somebody said... Huh? No, I've already... And that's the thing, is I've already talked to Gaethje about it. It's not even his... It's all my decision, you know, because I knew... That was my call because I knew that I was in kind of a sad state of mind. And so it's like, dude, the possibility of even... bringing that around him, I couldn't do that. And y'all seen what he did. I was not wrong about that. So, you know, super, super happy and proud of him for doing that. But anyway. Hey, how's it going? Thank you. Yeah, appreciate that. I know, right? Yeah, we should have kept going. Right. Yes, I know Eric Paulson. He's awesome. My finger is good. What's for dinner? Chelsea, what up, girl? Shit, you need to come over, man. You have a sleepover. Yeah, what's for dinner? Let's see. It's a good question. Definitely, probably nothing like super nutritious unless I know my Babu, she made some kaldunes, some what is it called? Dumplings, basically. Or what people would call pierogies, I guess. Most people that, you know, are more aware of Polish culture. But anyway. Yeah, the finger came into play, I would say, at least about 50%. Alright. Look at Reggie! He's shy. And yes, I'm gonna stay in this weight class if y'all missed what I was talking about before. Yeah. So anyway, I think that was like the main things. But yeah, everybody making assumptions and stuff. It's like I would just encourage people to about me and my personal life. Please don't make assumptions. I'm praying. Y'all bring it to the Father. Bring it to God, man. If y'all have an assumption about something, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that at some point, you know, my brother can give a testimony to what we've been through as a family, and I think that could help a lot, clear a lot. Well, it's just what we were talking about before, kind of. Yeah. But and what Pat's done for our family, and the people that criticize him for, you know, the dumbest shit. And even just like something as simple as knowing that the fight, let's backtrack a little bit with Carla, right? And the corner advice that he was given, that was maybe some, like, people are seeing that not everybody was agreeing. Let's say like him and Trevor were kind of like saying two different things. After the fight, like, you know, we all had a conversation, and Trevor said that, you know, yeah, you were right, because even though like my advice would have been better for, like, let's say winning the fight, but just you knowing her state of mind better and what she needed for that moment, like her fighter safety was more important, and that was not the time to like worry about anything else. So anyway, so everybody like making assumptions, and like it's just crazy. But I guess that's just kind of what it is. Like, that's you know what I mean? Like, I think that's just I basically rebuke that in Jesus' name. Because I feel like that's just the devil that wants to try to like throw a wrench into our shit, you know what I mean? And I don't play that. Huh? Amen. Yeah. So, yeah. But like I said, if you're a God-fearing person, and you really have a issue, take it up with the Father and pray on it, because I would just suggest that. Otherwise, if you have some type of negative feeling about it, and you ain't have no faith life, then don't even talk to me, or don't even worry about it, because it's, yeah, you obviously, you got eyes but you can't see, you got ears but you can't hear, you know? Yeah. Okay. Julian Pena talking shit about Amanda Nunes and retirement? Dude, I mean, I get, like, I don't know, I don't really have, like, many thoughts on it. I respect Juliana Pena, but at the same time, it's like, man, let that girl have some peace. But I totally understand her, you know, coming at her, because, like, that's her, you know what I'm saying? Like, if she can, that'll, like, Amanda Nunes will elevate Juliana Pena. Amanda Nunes doesn't need to be elevated. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, like, I understand her coming at her, especially because she beat her once before, and she definitely believes she could do it again. So to me, it's like, if she could somehow get her out of retirement, you know what I mean? That would be a dream come true. But to me, it's like, why Amanda don't want to do that? It ain't happening. Like, why? She already accomplished everything, and she can focus on her baby now. You know what I mean? And now she can coach other fighters, and I would imagine that a lot of good female fighters are gonna come out of her gym now, because yeah, she's the shit. And she's like always been the shit, but now she can really, you know what I'm saying, come into her own as a coach and give back and give all that experience that she has to younger fighters. Man, Basil. Yeah. Nah, that yes. The cannabis is out of control. I've been like completely sober for like a really long time, you know, praise God. But I will say, I'm gonna be honest, I have smoked since I got home. some weed, and I am kind of torn on it, because I do feel like, you know, I'm not completely on board with it being the most, like, I don't think it's like the best thing to do, but at the same time, it's like, I do feel like it reduces inflammation and stuff like that, and it's kind of like, if it's for like medicinal uses, I think it can be a good thing, you know. It's definitely better than pharmaceuticals, you know what I mean? So anyway, Okay. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so anyways, does anybody got some questions though? Oh, Whaley versus Jan. That's a good question, actually. Because, like, ooh. I would be very, very excited for that fight because Jan has got that power. I feel like Jan could knock Whaley out, to be honest. Hopefully I didn't. Okay. Yeah, but at the same time, Whaley is just a way better technician. Like, overall, everywhere. So, as long as she don't get knocked out, she's winning. But Jan has that power. And I feel like she also has got something to prove, right?
Jan fights pretty gangster.
Yeah, she's super gangster. I like her style. I like watching her fight. You know what I mean? That is one fight at strawweight that would have been I would have liked to have fought her. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I would be very excited to see that fight. And yeah. I don't know how she makes 115, to be honest, because she looked pretty big for 115. But yeah, even Whaley looked a little bigger this time. Yeah. Let's go. Let's see here. Yeah, thanks, Dana. So yeah, look at this. Hold on. Look at this pumpkin, y'all. Bam. Woo. Yeah, that's a monster. And I got another one on the side too.
Keep it going 40 more minutes.
Huh?
Keep it going 40 more. Keep it going 40 more minutes. Talk to me about it. I want to talk about it.
Yeah, talk about it, Pat.
Yes, what do you want to know? I can't read you.
Let's see, I'll read you the questions.
Who's got a question?
Ask Pat.
Who wants to hear this point of view? Huh?
Let's see here.
Who wants to hear this point of view? Line them up.
Okay.
Yes, what?
I don't know, man.
One bone, and when I did, I said, "Oh Lord, why am I in the fight right now?" Oh Lord.
When he fought Crocop, right?
When I punched him in his head and dropped him, that was the very first time I ever broke a bone in my life. And everybody's like, "Why didn't you jump on him?" Because I straight panicked. Because it went boom. It was the hardest punch in the world. My hand exploded, and then he stood back up like he didn't feel it. Ooh, oh no, he's gonna kill me. Oh no, it's Crocop. He went from a regular dude that I was gonna kill to all of a sudden that's fucking Crocop, and I've got 2 rounds left. This motherfucker's gonna kill me. Holy shit. Somebody help, right? So when you came over to the corner and you said, "My fucking hand is broken," I instantly thought about what it felt like when my hand was broken, because that's the only experience I have. And I thought, well, I guess we can't do anything about that, because when my hand broke, I thought my whole hand fell off. But it was only a finger that fucking broke. So we don't need it. You got the jab, you got the switch, you got the overhand that's gonna kill it, you got the switch uppercut, you got the jab, keep low kicking her, you got the overhand, you've got all that. We got 2 rounds to go. You threw it a few times. I couldn't believe you were doing that because your pinky.
Yeah, dude, it was going like. Maybe that's why she thought I was too small. Because when I threw the right hand, that bitch was like mashed potatoes.
You had the proper T. You had the proper T pinky, and you were still throwing that motherfucker. You could tell, man. You could tell that you saw it, and it was like, there it is. Come on, do it, you pussy. Do it. And then you would pull it at the last second. But you were stinging her with the left hand. You know what I mean? I didn't know that. That had to happen for me to know that next time I'm supposed to just grab your finger and yank it, which is against everything I've ever heard. You never do that because you could damage your finger completely. You don't just grab it and yank it.
No, and that's the thing. So our chiropractor.
Whenever you're done with that, I'm
okay. But my chiropractor did say like you kind of lucky because you know, had you like thrown it again, like, dude, that your whole freaking finger could have tore off. I mean, he said some sort of like, you know, medical terminology, but and I thought about it. I was like, yeah, dude, it could have totally just, you know, been real nasty. So I was actually really lucky because from the X-ray that I just took, apparently there, and it was just kind of a quick one thrown together. Okay, how do I do that, y'all? Okay, hold on. Let's see here.
Stay on the phone.
Hold on, Dana.
What you doing? Okay, how does she do that?
How does she do what?
How does she ask Dana to come on?
Just tell him.
Tell Dana come on. Just say it.
Come on, man. Okay, hold on.
And then what? And then what? He just comes in.
He'll send a request. You should see. If he's on still, he'll send a request.
Okay.
And she should see it to accept.
Very request.
Where does it just pops up on the screen?
Yeah, it's on the chat screen.